Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. Welcome back to the Dom Trap. I am your host, your editor, creator, producer, executive producer, and last but not least, I'm your first, your last, and your everything. I go by the name of Dominique, and today we have another special guest. And it's been a minute since he was on last. It's been a little while. I recently just showed up on his podcast, the Prolific Podcast, which you can go find everywhere: YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to podcasts. I got my boy Lex with me. I got my boy Lex in the cut.
Let's go, man. It's
Yeah,
the
man.
second half of the Burgundy Boys.
Yeah, man. Burgundy
You know what
Boys is
I'm
back. The B Boys,
We back, bro.
the Berg Boys. So,
It is going crazy.
so tell me about what's been going on, man. Talk to me.
Man, dude. Okay, dude. So I just got over the vid,
Yeah.
still having issues.
Mhm.
Developed the cough. Have a little nausea. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It
The
has
works.
what's the it has what's that thing in RPGs when it has like when you give
Just
someone
talking about
an
your status effect.
I still have. I got a status effect
Yeah.
from the vid. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And I'm still kind of dealing with that, but we're in a better
Right.
place right now. We're good, feeling good. Had a great sleep, and we're here to enjoy ourselves with in the Dom trap.
Absolutely. Absolutely. By the way, cheers, y'all. See what
Cheers,
I'm on. See
man.
what I'm on. Cheers. 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 So, oh,
I
what's that?
keep it texting, guys. I straight up
Budweiser.
Budweiser. Just straight up Budweiser. You know how it is, bro. You know
I
how
feel you. I
Texas.
feel you.
I get real Texas if you need me to.
Yeah, I feel you. Michelob is better, but we'll leave it at that. But yeah, everyone, we're back. I just want to get some reviews out of the way real quick. So I guess I'll start with one that Lex hasn't seen, which is Bodies, 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 and it's it's a movie that is definitely not for everybody. I went into this movie with very, very minimal expectations, and I just walked out with a straight face. So basically, the movie is about it's a murder mystery. Let me just get that out of the way. It's not a horror film like the trailer might suggest it is. It's a murder mystery, and it's also a comedy at the same time. So there's a character who winds up dead, and the rest of the characters who are all, I think, 20-something-year-old just drug addicts. I mean, to be honest, nobody in this movie is likable. They may be played by a likable actor, but nobody's likable in this movie.
See Pete
Um,
Davidson here and here.
yeah, and everybody in this movie is a crackhead. Like, I know that's crazy to say, but every few seconds or so, somebody's either drinking, snorting, smoking, or something, maybe even injecting. But everybody's a crackhead in this movie. Nobody's likable. They're all just a bunch of bad people in a bad situation, and you get to see how they all try to figure out who killed so and so. Um, if you're not a fan of TikTok culture, if you're not a fan of the Gen Zers of today, steer clear from this movie because it will piss you off pretty quickly just because of the way they talk and the things that they talk about. Uh, but fun fact, one of my favorite characters in the movie is actually she's a podcaster in the movie. And there's like a funny bit about having a podcast. And I thought that was kind of funny because I have a podcast. And Lex, I think you'd find that part funny too if you go see the movie. But
I'll check it out.
yeah, but imagine just like you remember the Archie comics,
Yeah.
with Archie and Jughead. Like imagine that, but not Riverdale because Riverdale is trash. But like imagine that, but everybody's just a crackhead. That's basically what this movie is.
Oh my God.
um, the cast is just they just play 20-something-year-olds. Like that's it. That's all they're. It's like I'm pretty sure the casting call was like, hey, if you're 20-something years old, just come and be in this movie. It's just kind of whatever. There's one guy, he's like 40. He was in the Hobbit movies. I forgot his name, but he did a pretty good job in the movie considering what he was given. He wasn't in it for very, very long, but I think that's kind of what makes this movie special is that it it does a good job of tricking you making you think that you're watching one thing and then you turn out to not be watching that thing and then it's something else. So for that reason in particular, I had to give it like a 7 out of 10. Just because I didn't know what I was getting myself into and I walked out like not entirely mad about it. Um there were
That's
only
a
about what's that?
that's a pretty high score.
I know. But like if you see it, you'll get what I'm saying. Like
Yeah,
you're gonna watch it and you might be like, man, this is kind of trash. But then it's gonna be something that happens and you're gonna be like, wait a minute. And you know that it's got some tension in it. It definitely has some tension filled moments in it. And a
yeah.
lot of moments that you just don't really see coming. But there were only three people in there. There was me and then a couple. And they sat like kind of diagonal from me. And like towards the end, the movie did get kind of stupid with his dialogue. And I was laughing and I could hear the dude in the couple laughing. And then the movie was over and he just like stood up and looked at me. I'm just sitting there on my phone and I was like, "What's up?" Because I heard him mumble something. And he just goes, "I hate that movie." I was like, "You hate it?" He was like, "Yeah." Meanwhile, his girlfriend's like, "Yeah, I thought it was okay." I'm like, "Yeah, this is very divisive. It's a very divisive
Damn.
movie." So
Hey, there
yeah,
you go.
yeah. So that was bodies, bodies, bodies. A24 film, by the way. I know you.
A24
I know you love
is
your
killing it.
A24 films. Yeah,
Bro, A24 is killing it from like the recent years. The amount
absolutely.
of media being put out by that company is fucking amazing.
Fire, fire
It's
after
like
fire.
it's always you love to see like companies where like they have like credibility like that. Like
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna enjoy it. I mean you said you didn't really enjoy it, but a seven is kind of high even for you. Like you like
Why
so,
do y'all think I'm so hard on movies, man?
bro,
Like
Dom.
a seven is like good. You know what I mean?
It's not that your heart. Okay,
Like, do you think I'm a harsh reviewer?
a harsh
You think I'm a
reviewer?
harsh
No,
critic?
no, no. I think I think it's more personal. I think you're hard to please.
Think
But
so?
like that's what makes you you though. Like that's the fact that you the fact that you don't give up. You know what I mean? You don't like you're not gonna give people their so easily. You're not gonna give them so easily the
No, and why
you know what
should
I'm
I?
saying? No,
I'm
you're right
I'm a
about that.
consumer. You know?
You're right about that. But that's what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
But you have to understand like naturally people with they don't really like um
She's saying that people are scary.
what do you mean by scary?
Like people are afraid to speak how they feel about something. Well,
I
especially when
would
it comes to media.
I would say yeah, I would say so, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would yeah, there is a sense of like, like what do people think about this? And then
Right.
kind of like from there kind of derive. And I'm guilty of that too, and that's something
Oh
that
yeah, absolutely you
that's
are.
that's something that I know. That's something Jesus Christ. Okay, this is the type of pod we're having today.
Yeah,
But
man.
that I like it though. I like it. But that's something I had but it's practice like especially coming into this like uh going into reviewing, going into like that's something I had to practice and come out of and being like,
Right.
no, you know what I mean? If you, it's a gut thing, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
sometimes I see
It's
myself,
because sometimes you don't want to say the wrong thing, and
yeah,
you convince yourself that there is a wrong thing.
yeah,
But
and that's
it's
not
the thing
good.
that the thing that really it really just breaks all of that is just knowing that there's not a wrong thing to say. What you say is
Exactly.
what you say is you
Hmm.
should just say how you feel about whatever kind of content media that's being perceived to you. You know,
Hmm.
not everything is here to please us. Some things are for us, some things are not. For
Like for
example, go ahead.
yeah, I was gonna say for example, like Bullet Train, like you and me are about to if we get into that a little later.
Oh yeah,
Well,
absolutely. That's going to be next.
I'm pretty sure both of our opinions are gonna be completely different, and
You think so?
yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna tell you why my reason, and then you know
All right.
you're gonna have to wait and see until later down the road.
All right. So I'm ready to talk about it now if you are.
You want me to lead this or you got it?
You lead it, man. Go ahead.
All right, Bullet Train. Here's a piece of content that everybody is loving. Summer blockbuster, Brad Pitt. Bad Bunny, and all these special guest characters as well. And I gotta say, man, like as much as I loved everything, I didn't find myself enjoying it as much as other people did. I
Really?
didn't I didn't really feel like the amount of excitement. And it's also directed by the guy who also directed John Wick. So,
Mm-hmm.
this is I love John Wick. As I'm gonna say that straight out. I'm a John Wick fan. Like I love all the movies. I've seen them like 30 times.
Right.
So for me, I wasn't really like wowed by this movie. It wasn't something that was like, wow, this is an amazing piece of content. This is like everybody needs to watch it. No, not really. And here's why.
Yeah, I was gonna ask,
I've
like, what do you think that something is missing, or were
not
you
that
looking
not that
forward
something
to seeing something that just wasn't there?
it's not that something wasn't missing or something. I accept the piece of content that it was. I don't think
Mm-hmm.
anything was missing. I don't think anything needed to be added. I
Right.
just didn't like the way it was kind of directed. You know what I mean? I didn't like the way I didn't everything felt everything felt like we were kind of moving scene to scene to scene to scene to scene to scene. No breaks.
But here's the thing. That was the point.
I know, I
You know,
understand that.
like
But so
like
that's why inherently I was see, I understand that's the concept of the movie, right?
right.
But that's the reason I don't like it. It's just the core of it.
So is
Like
that the reason you don't like it, or you just don't like the concept? You don't like the pacing of it all. Is that what it is?
yeah, I don't like the pacing.
So did you want it to be a little bit slower than what it was?
I think there should have been more. I think there should have been more. I think when it came to the characters, and I know we only have so much time, but it was just so much at so like at one time, you know what I mean? Like introducing Bad Bunny, the Wolf, introducing kind of all these characters that and they didn't
Mm-hmm.
have enough time to really explain like the origin or like who they are. So they kind
Yeah.
of came and went, and it was kind of like, well, you had some of the people like what was his name, Tangerine and
Yeah.
Lemon, right?
Lemon and tangerine.
Like these characters had enough time from the beginning of the movie to the end of the movie to really kind of have that character development. But when you see people like Bad Bunny, you see people like I'm not forgetting the girl who was in the
Yeah. Joey King.
yeah, like you see her and them like you it kind of almost feels like, well, these kind of were throwaway characters.
Here's the thing, man. Like, have you ever seen Smoking Aces?
No.
I'd recommend that to you. So, Smoking Aces is a movie about it's almost like this movie, just a star-studded cast, and they're all out to basically kill each other.
Yeah.
And that's one of the main vibes I got from this movie. This movie felt a lot like a new age, faster paced Smoking Aces. Smoking Aces had Ryan Reynolds, it had Ben Affleck, Martin Henderson, Alicia Keys, Common, Jeremy Piven. It had a slew of just cast members and characters. And that was another movie that just kind of kept going from scene to scene. And you're like, you're wanting to root for these characters, even though these characters are trash people, but you're trying to root for them because you're the actor. And that's what I found out, how I was with this movie. When I seen Bad Bunny, I'm like, I like Bad Bunny. He's cool. His character goes through what he goes through. And I'm like, oh, okay. I see what this movie is on. This movie's on Smoking Aces time. And I loved it for that. I loved how unpredictable the movie was. I didn't really do a lot of research before I went into it, but when I watched it, I was like, figuring things out as it went. The pacing was chaotic, and I think that was done on purpose
Mm,
because it was,
yeah.
they were on a train.
Definitely. I feel yeah.
I think that a lot of that John Wick element stuff was there. Same with I think of it as like I think this is another movie that could be in like another universe of like Deadpool or something. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like it's just something that just keeps happening, scene after scene after scene. And not to mention that cameo is another reason why I think this is like in an alternate universe of Deadpool. You know what cameo I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Like even with that, I was like, okay, I see what they're on.
Well, he
But this movie,
directed Deadpool, right? As
yeah.
well.
So I'm like, this movie, it was really just a lot of fun to me. You know what I mean? Like it was a breath of fresh air. Let's just say that. It wasn't like the Batman where everybody's like, oh my God, this movie's either gonna be really great or really terrible, and everybody's freaking out about it. None of that. This movie was just a good movie to sit down and just watch. Now, I
Yeah.
remember seeing the trailer earlier this year, and I was like, yeah, this is probably going to be one of my favorite movies of the year. and I think it's definitely going to be top five for me
Wow. Whoa.
for 2022. Bullet Train is going to be in my top
Wow.
five. I'm calling it now. And we still have movies to go this year. You know, we still have Avatar.
Wow.
We still got plenty of movies to
Wow.
go.
Really? Really?
I think it might end up being top five or very close.
Wow, bro. Come on, bro. Really?
When you got a movie with that cast that's shot that well, let me talk about the shots. Like even in the train, the shots look great. Have you ever been in a train in real life?
No.
It's not that fun. They made being on a train look really really fun, especially with the anime character room where it's like pink and blue neon lights.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that. Um, and like you said, like the actors, like Brad Pitt, Brian Tyree Henry, Aaron Taylor Johnson, Hiroyuki Sanada. We got to bring him up.
Scorpion, bro.
Yeah, bro. Like I think everybody did such a great job with what they were given. Like I don't think this movie was set out to be like an Oscar-winning type of movie. Everybody just looked like they were having fun, and I can't be mad about that. You know what I mean? And like I
Yeah.
said, not only that, but it also has like the smoke aspect of it. I will say this: the first two acts were my favorites. Those are my favorite parts of the movie. Like learning characters, learning what's happening, learning who was here to do what, everyone's motivations. That was the best part. I feel like the movie didn't really fall apart, but it definitely showed signs of changing at the end. Because let's be honest, bro, it literally turned into a Marvel movie at the end.
It got like to piggyback on what you're saying, it did it
It got
stayed
a little
cha-
stupid, right?
it stayed chaotic from beginning to end.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That is one word you can describe this movie. It's very chaotic. It's very like 88 ADHD. Like if you're someone who like loves that, like it's gonna be for you. And like I'm kind of a slower paced type of guy. I mean I'm not gonna be like Irishman either. You know what I mean? I don't
Yeah, that's
like straight
entirely too
everything.
slow.
Yeah, like it wasn't entirely bad. You know what I mean? Like it was
Yeah,
definitely good in some parts as far as the combat and as far as like the visuals and like as far as like kind of like the things in the comedy wasn't bad at all. And Mr. Brad Pitt, wow, like
yeah, he
um
has excellent comedic timing, right?
yeah,
And
dude,
and
like I was
I
so
didn't see that
surprised about
coming at
that.
all. Right.
I was so surprised about that. And like that's good. Like that was amazing. It's just some for me personally, I just felt like it was kind of too much being thrown. And
Yeah.
sometimes the movie kind of reflected that. You know what I mean? Like it felt almost like it was like, you
But
know?
like that's what I love about it. It's such a good change of pace. I feel like a lot of movies that we've gotten this year have just been like kind of slow burns, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
And this movie just being like, hey, we're just gonna speed everything up a little bit. And then, whatever you watch after this, you can slow it back down. I really enjoyed that aspect of it.
Can
And
I tell you who my favorite character was?
who is that?
Tangerine.
Really?
I love
Mine is
I
Lemon.
just you love lemon?
I love
See,
Lemon,
bro,
bro. Because
this is
here's
what
the thing,
you see
like,
how we are?
right. So here's the thing, bro. Like, I haven't thought about Thomas the Train in years. I literally have
Yeah.
not thought about Thomas the Train in years. And ever since seeing that movie, like, I'm like, when I meet someone, I'm like, okay, yeah, that person's this character from Thomas the Train now. You know what I mean? Or I'm
Hmm.
even doing it with different shows now because, like, that was such a cool thing to just throw in the movie. It was like super random, but it makes so much sense. You know what I
It
mean?
was consistent. It was like a
Yeah, and then like the
consistent like
fact that there's like backstory with that story. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like he grew up watching the show, so like ever since
That
then
was
he's
so
kind of
cute.
judged people from the show, right?
Hmm.
But it
That
was
was so
bittersweet. It
cute.
was very bittersweet how we got that moment, and then shortly after that, someone bites the bullet. You know what I'm
No
talking
pun.
about? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, no, y'all didn't just do that. But I
One of
loved it.
my one of my favorite scenes was when they were when Brad Pitt and Aaron Taylor were in the kind of in the concession room of the train
Oh
and
yeah.
like that
And then
whole
the
thing
lady
that was
walks
going.
by,
I love
and
that.
he's
I
like, yeah,
love that.
can you give me some money so I can buy this bottle of water?
Bro,
He
I love
gives
that
him the
so
money.
much.
Yeah,
I love that. That was so sweet.
he gave him the money. Brad Pitt drinks the drink and says, "Do you want some?" Aaron Taylor Johnson's like, "No, I don't want any." Brad
That
Pitt
was so
gets the
sweet.
bottle and just chucks it at this man's
Yeah.
head. I loved it, man. I love that so much. I love the fact that the whole with that one Fiji bottle got
Mhm.
like a whole backstory scene at the end.
Oh,
Like,
dude, that was a whole
dude,
ad.
yeah, bro, I loved it. I loved it. I was like, this is just dope. And I'm a
Look,
big fan of like cool cinematography like that, where you have like a subject and it just kind of stays in the middle of the screen while all this other stuff is happening around it.
yes,
I don't know if
yes.
you've seen, I think it's Run the Jewels, um, ASAP Rocky. And God, I can't believe I'm forgetting the guy's
The
name,
one new
but
one that came out.
yeah, but have you seen that video? Like the shot
Yeah,
entirely on iPhone?
yeah.
And like the phone is like literally in the middle of the screen like
Strangers.
this. Yeah. It's in the middle of the screen like this, and everything else is like happening around it, the rapping behind it. It's a dope concept. I love how that was shot. So this reminded me a lot of that. Um to me, bro, Bullet Train is a 9 out of 10 movie.
Wait. I still have a couple of things to pick your brain about.
Go ahead.
What did you think about? Okay, what did you think about the guest star Bad Bunny? This was a whole conversation with like my girl and my sister who came with me to watch it. Like, what did you like that? What did you think about his
I thought
acting?
it was dope.
You liked
I
that?
thought his acting was fine. You know,
You like
he
that?
didn't have a lot to do, but kind of be there and just be his character. So I think that was
Yeah.
kind of cool. Um, I just started listening to Bad Bunny like 2 days ago. I'm not gonna lie to you.
What?
I just
What?
I just listened to Un Verano Senti like 3 days ago.
Oh
I
my
listened to it twice,
God.
if that makes it feel better. But like I've never like
No, it
listened to Bad
doesn't.
Bunny. I've never been in a situation where somebody's like, "Yo, you gotta listen to this new Bad Bunny." Never in my life has somebody
Really?
said, "Hey, listen to this song by Bad Bunny." And this, I
Bad
mean,
Bunny's the
the
GOAT.
album got some hits on. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It goes crazy, bro.
So like, I've seen him in this movie before I've seen a music video by Bad Bunny. So I was just like, okay, that's kind of dope. He's an artist. He's thrown in a movie. He's acting. We know that he's going to be what's his name for the Sony Spider-Man spinoff, the Masked
The
Wrestler.
wrestler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like it's good practice for that. You know, getting people used to seeing him on screen. So I think he did a fine job. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think although I think his, like I said, I'm gonna stay with my point. I think the
Yeah.
character and stuff was like, okay.
You
But
think it
like
was? Do you think the character was done well?
the character in the movie, as far as what they did with him,
Yeah.
no, I know I'm gonna be harsh here, but I think it was a throwaway.
I think. Yeah, I think that was done on purpose too.
Yeah,
And I got homages of like think about Stomp the Yard and what they did with Chris Brown. Like
yeah, yeah,
remember how they showed
yeah,
Chris Brown like all
bro.
through the
That
trailer,
yeah,
and
that's
Chris
a good
Brown didn't
point.
make it 15 minutes in the movie. Like
That's a good point, bro.
I
You're
feel
so
like
dead on that.
I feel
No
like them
pun.
saying, yeah, here's Bad Bunny in this white suit. He's playing the wolf. We're gonna throw him in the trailer multiple times so people think, oh, my favorite artist is in this movie. Let me go put my butt in the seat.
Yeah,
You know,
and
I wasn't mad at it at all.
I think another guy that I really well, there's two people that I really enjoyed to see here. I really enjoyed because I realized that, oh, this is Scorpion.
Right. Hiroyuki
This is
Sanada.
Yeah, this is Scorpion. Like bro, he's an actor.
He's
Like
a legend, bro.
he's fucking amazing. Like
Yeah, and the thing is with him, bro, he always has been amazing. It just kind of depends on the content that he's given. Like with Scorpion in Mortal Kombat, which was, I love the movie, but it's not a great movie. He did his thing with what he had to do. You know what I mean?
mhm.
Like he's always been the guy in the movie that just kind of does what he's supposed to do every time. But yeah, Hiroyuki Sanada is definitely a lifetime actor.
Bro, come on, bro. A
What?
fucking 9? That's crazy,
A
dude.
9 out of 10 is what Bullet Train is, bro.
Spoiler alert, but the way the story ended, you're gonna you Dom. I know you very well. Like you're accepting that the ending to this
Yes,
movie. You
bro.
like that?
Here's the thing, bro.
Come on, dude.
I am tired of watching a movie that doesn't end. I'm sick of it. I'm tired of watching a movie that ends and it kind of sets up something just for that something to either get canceled or for it to come out and it be ass. You know what I mean? This movie
Okay.
has a clear beginning, middle, and end. It's a cohesive piece of entertainment. And I love it for that. I love that I can just watch it and be like, okay, I watched the movie. I don't need to go and read comic books or wait for a sequel. I don't have to do any of that. I love that part of it. Like I said,
Um,
and then also the actors, the action. I enjoyed the story for what it was. Granted, a lot of parts were a little bit cheesy, but I got some Quentin Tarantino feels out of it.
but you won't watch Full Metal Alchemist.
I'm
You
not
won't
watching that
watch
live
full.
action, bro.
That's
I'm
you
not
won't
watching that
watch
live
Full Metal
action.
Alchemist when the first I don't know what 30-40 minutes is literally bullet train.
I'm
You
not
you
I'm
you
not
you
I'm
don't
not
you
I'm
won't
not
accept that.
watching I'm not
You won't
watching.
accept that.
No, keep it, bro. Keep
You
it.
see how you are, bro.
But
You see how
listen,
you
here's the
are.
thing. Here's the thing though, bro. Anime movies have burned me so many times. I'm one of the ones that watch Cowboy Bebop on Netflix.
I did too.
So when it comes to something else that I know and love being adapted like that, I might be all right. I don't even know if I want to watch this Yu Yu Hakusho. To be
I didn't
honest
even
with
know
you.
that was coming. Oh yeah, yeah. Actually, I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Yep.
So, Michael Shannon,
Amazing.
you like
I
that?
love I love Michael Shannon.
You
I
like
love
that?
I love Michael Shannon. I love them in Knives Out. I even loved him in Men of Steel. I love Michael Shannon so much, bro.
Yeah.
So to see him be, what was he, the White Death? It
Yes.
was cool to me. You know what I mean? Even
Yeah.
the story was cool. Him being in Japan, a white, tall Russian dude doing what
That
he
was
had to do.
cool. That was cool.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah, that
Like
was cool.
a lot of this stuff in this movie was just cool. You know what I mean? Like, there's not nothing in this movie where I was like, man, that kind of sucked. You know what I mean? Everything was just kind of cool.
I don't think everything was cool. If they would have gave the White Death type of like character development, kind of
But here's the thing,
character
bro. The
background
movie
to
was
everybody,
already
it would have
like
been
two
amazing.
hours.
I know,
You
bro,
know what I
but
mean?
fuck it, bro. 240.
I get
Two
it, but
forty.
like
Give the extra.
I feel like what they did was it was solid enough. You know, here and here's another thing I also like. I like when video games and movies and really any piece of cinema or media when they give us a character and we only know them by name for so long until we actually see them. I love that.
Mhm.
Keep me shrouded in mystery. I want to know who is who because I didn't even know that Michael Shannon was going to be in the movie until he showed up in the movie.
Yeah.
Like I did,
I didn't
like I
know.
said, I did no research with this movie.
I know people. I know people. Oh, you're not a real film enthusiast. If I know people are gonna say this, but look, I've never seen. Oh my god, I hate. I'm so embarrassed to say this. I've never seen. What was that movie called?
Which one?
You know what I'm talking about? The main Michael Shannon movie. You know what
The
I'm talking about?
main Michael Shannon movie.
The fuck, what's it called? Give me a second. I'll pull it up.
All right.
Oh, No Country for Old Men. Isn't that him?
No, dog.
That's not him, bro. I thought that was him. Who's, bro? Who is that then?
Bro, are you talking about Josh Brolin, Thanos? You can't be talking about him, right? You can't be
Who
talking.
is who's
What?
the main guy from
You
No
talking about
Country
the
for Old
killer,
Men?
Anton?
The main
That
guy.
walked around shoot people in the head?
Oh,
That's Javier Bardem,
bro, ain't no damn way I fucking mixed
bro.
them both
Put
up,
some respect on Javier, bro.
bro. I thought that was him.
No, man. I'm still trying to think about what movie you're talking about. Like,
What do you mean?
have you seen Knives Out?
Yes, I've seen Knives Out.
Remember how he was like the uncle, brother, son of the dad?
Yeah, and also was fucking Eminem's mom.
Exactly, bro. Like he's that guy.
I
So
thought he was the
it's
main guy.
no, he's not the main guy, and you might have to watch that movie, bro.
I think I do. I think I do.
Especially since
Okay.
you said that you like kind of slower movies.
Mm,
You'll love that. You'll
yeah.
absolutely love it. But
Yeah.
let's see, we got 10 minutes. Yeah,
I want to say that, like, if I mean, go watch this movie. It's not bad.
damn right. Go watch this movie. This movie's
It's
great.
it's a 7 for me. It's not bad.
That's crazy. That's
You're gonna
sick.
enjoy.
That's sick
No,
business, bro.
it's crazy you gave it a 9.
Bro, it's a 9 out of 10 film,
That's, bro, come on, bro.
and
That's
you know
great.
me.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. I mean, like, come
That's what
on,
I'm
dude.
telling you, bro. Like this movie was that good to me. Like,
You
bro,
like
I was in the theater. I had my popcorn, I had my drink. I'm in there smiling, bro.
you really like something in that movie. I don't know what it was, but you really enjoyed some part of that movie that's giving. Because a 9 is crazy from you, bro. That's I've never heard that in my life.
Bro, like here's the thing. I love me a good movie with like twists and turns. You know what I mean?
Uh,
And this movie had several of them.
okay.
And it had great action, great fight scenes, great acting. Like I don't know what else,
Not
you know?
you didn't like the severe. You know what? I'm not gonna
I
try to
didn't like
convince.
what?
I'm not gonna convince you out of it.
You can't tell me that
If
this is
that's
a
what,
bad movie.
bro, the severe, bro, the you hate God of War, Game of Thrones,
I don't hate Game of Thrones.
the second
I
half,
hate the last season
the
of
latter
Game
of
of
it,
Thrones. I don't even hate the last. It's just the last season, bro. I hate
plot,
season 8.
bro, the plot armor, the literal steel, the diamond Minecraft armor around Brad Pitt's character, as far as the plot armor, you,
His name was Ladybug. He was lucky. That's his character.
bro,
Bro,
isn't
what are you
that
trying to tell
insane?
me, bro?
I'm
They
trying to tell
literally
you,
tell you that he is lucky in the movie. They didn't tell Jon Snow that he was lucky. Yet they set it up for him to kill the Night King twice, and he didn't do it. There's a difference there, bro.
don't get me started with GOT, bro, because
you
we could have
know,
a conversation about that, bro. We can
I,
have a conversation about
we're gonna have to one of these days, bro. But like this movie is the most clear 9 out of 10 film that I've seen in the year 2022.
it. It's a 7.
It's a 9, and I've slept on the movie. Like I've
It's a
had
7.
time to think about the movie. I haven't seen it again yet, but I'm pretty sure that when I see it again, I don't think my score is going to change.
Go watch it. It's a good movie.
Yeah, go check it out. It's a nine
Yeah,
out of ten.
yeah, it's a good movie. Go watch it. Like overall, it's a good.
Exactly. That's why I don't know why you hating on it, man.
Bro, that's not hate. That's not hate.
You
I'm
gotta let
just
you gotta let
telling.
that hate out your heart, man.
It's not hate. It's just like,
No,
bro,
bro.
like
Peace and love. Peace and love.
I'm not falling for the cast. I'm not
His
falling for the
name
cast.
was Ladybug. He was lucky.
Bro, but come on, dude.
That's the
The
thing.
spoiler alert again. He was flying through the fucking train while it was exploding and
Because
shit.
he's lucky.
And you take this movie
He's
serious.
the pro. What you thought he's just gonna die randomly? Like you would expect him to just walk by the subway train and get shot?
Bro,
No way.
literally what happened at the end of can I get into spoilers or no? We want to move on because I'll get into this shit. Let's
we'll
just say this. Well, we know he
yeah,
lives. We know he lives. Let's just say
because
this.
he's lucky.
He's lucky. Brad Pitt literally from the scene that where the train is blowing up, he literally flies into the arms of what's her name? I always forget her name.
Zazie Beats.
No, he literally flies into the arms of Sandra Bullock's arms.
Oh yeah,
Literally. From the moment that the train blows up and he's like flying through the air and all that shit's happening, he literally flies into the arms of Sandra Bullock.
you know
You know that happened,
that's
dog.
white love.
You know that happened. You know, and this is not an episode of George Lopez, you know?
I feel you. I feel you. 9 out of
But
10.
7.
Bullet Train. 9 out of 10. Go see it. It's
Go
still in
watch it.
theaters. Go check it
Go
out.
watch it. Like just it's a good watch. Go watch it.
It's a great watch. Go check it out.
Yeah.
All right. So what are we gonna do, bro?
Hey, it's up to you. What do you whatever you want to
Let's see. Um,
do.
we got 5 minutes, bro. I swear this joint was like a little bit longer than what it is now. Am I
No,
tripping? Did they shorten the time though?
no, it's 40 minutes, but we've been talking
It
for
doesn't
a
even
minute.
seem like we've been talking for that long.
I know because we've been in the zone.
Right. That's
Sometimes
crazy, bro.
yeah, dude, it's good. That
Yeah.
was just one movie.
That's what's sick about that, huh?
Yeah,
Well,
dude.
actually, too, because we did bodies, 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 and then
Oh yeah.
Bullet Train. And I
Yeah.
guess we'll you want to like pause here and then we'll start talking about Prey.
Let's do it.
All right.
That's a good.
So
That's a
right
good.
now we're gonna pause it. We'll be back in a second. I know in the when you're listening and when you're watching, it may not be much of a difference, but yeah, thanks to Zoom and how this thing works and how I refuse to pump money into this company, we're gonna pause it here.
We will.
We'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have returned from our break, I guess you could call it.
We are back.
We are absolutely back. After talking about that 9 out of 10 film that is Bullet Train.
7.
9.
Dumb. We
I'll
can argue
agree.
about
I'll agree
this.
to disagree if you go up to a 8.5.
Dude, there's no way. There is no way there is no way I'm going up to an
All right.
8.5.
We'll come back to this. And in the meantime, we'll go ahead and talk about Prey, which
Let's do
is
it.
the prequel to all the Predator movies. It takes place in 1719, the year. So that's before y'all's president George Washington was taking teeth from slaves and putting them in his mouth. It's about our
Jesus.
main character who goes by the name of Naru. She's played by Amber Midthunder, and she's basically a woman Native American. She's a Native American woman, and she is trying to prove herself to her tribe that she is worthy of hunting. I got that right.
Yes.
That's her whole thing. She's just trying to hunt.
Well, I mean,
So
if you want to go more woke, it's more like I guess a woman being in like this, like you know.
predominantly male clan of hunters.
Let me speak more, because the way I sounded was condescending.
Yeah, just a
It's a
little bit. I try to clean it up for you.
yeah, yeah,
But go
yeah.
ahead.
Let me rephrase that because I
Here's
don't
the
want to
broom,
sound like
bro.
this.
Here's the broom. Go ahead and get
Yeah,
the sweeping.
let me clean that up. It's kind of like moral, not the moral, but like one of the big kind of like problems in the movie is kind of like she is being like better than the guys, just plain and simple, and kind of her path on being like a woman in this tribe, and not the natives not being used to kind of seeing a woman in power like that, and
Mm-hmm.
um yeah, we can get into that, and yeah, it's one of the biggest like poor things in there as well.
Yeah. So she's basically brought on this journey with the guys to go and hunt. Granted, things don't really go the way that they expected they would
Yeah.
because there is a predator out on the loose and is out there. Chill, bro. Like a predator alien. The movie is about the predator alien.
Oh
That
my
sounded kind
god.
of sick, didn't it?
Yeah, that was
A
wild.
predator out here.
That was a wild description.
But yes. So there's a predator alien out there, but they don't realize that that's what's happening because it's 1719. So what would these people know about aliens and predators? But the uh the predator is basically out killing wildlife at the beginning, such as deer. He kills a bear, which we actually get to see him fight a bear, which is kind of the coolest things in the world. What do you think about that fight?
I thought it was I thought it was cool. You know what
I
I'm
mean,
saying?
granted,
Like
it was spoiled in the trailer, but still seeing a predator that we've seen for decades fight a bear, it's like, man, like that thing really trying to fight a human, it would be, there'd be no chance. Like
yeah,
humans would have to try and use different tactics to take this thing down, which we have seen them do in, all the other movies.
exactly. It was kind of like a show of strength, like
Yeah.
how strong this uh alien is.
Mm-hmm. This extraterrestrial.
Yeah. E.T.
Yeah. So one thing I liked about this movie were the kills. This movie had some kills that kind of they weren't really creative. I will say that they weren't really creative,
What?
but they weren't
Okay.
compared to what we've seen from Predator. These
Okay,
movies
okay.
were kind of tame. I mean, these
Wait,
kills were kind of tame.
let me preface this. I'm not like a Alien versus Predator. Like I've not seen.
Yeah.
I know I feel like a fucking poser, but I'm not. I promise you guys. Look, I've seen them. I've seen them, but I was young and like I need to go back to them, and I know I need to do I need to do my homework as far as a
Yeah,
lot of these movies. But just so you know, like this is kind of my reintroduction into like the whole Predator alien thing like
yeah, understood.
movie.
But yeah, so these kills were there were a few decapitations. There were some body parts getting chopped up, doing what the Predator does. But I think it's the fact that they weren't as creative and they were also shot at a faster pace. Let's just say that than they were in the older movies. It just kind of came across as it being, just pretty much different. And I mean, you can kind of, I think the director was kind of like, the reason that the Predator acts this way is because he is older than the ones that we've already seen in the movies. You know what I mean? Because I mean, before this movie, the most recent one that we have gotten was like in what 1983. So that's like a 200-year jump between Predators and their alien technologies. So it makes sense. I guess it makes sense. If the director says it makes sense, then it has to make sense. Also, this movie was directed by Dan Trachtenberg, who also directed 10 Cloverfield Lane, which is a movie that I love.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. But this movie overall does an effective job of being a Predator movie. It checks off all the boxes of what a Predator movie is. You know?
Really? You saw it more as a Predator movie?
Yeah, of course.
I saw it more as like the Naru movie.
No. So with Predator movies, they've always been somewhat of an underdog tale. Like think about the first Predator movie, which you probably haven't seen, with Arnold Schwarzenegger and his crew of his squad mates.
Hmm.
They're soldiers, and they're being picked off one by this one alien, and they have no idea what to do because this thing has cloaking technology. They can't see it. It's like the 80s, so it's not like they have all this cool technology where they can see things. They have no idea what's going on. So
Hmm.
it's always been an undertale, and I mean, there's always been a underdog tale, and not only that, but there's always been the predators. They always play by a game. They don't just go out and attack everybody all at the same time. You know what I mean? They play their own game. They'll pick you off, make it almost man to man combat, basically. That's how they work, and that's basically how this movie was. This predator would attack someone and wouldn't attack someone else unless they were attacked back. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And that's how predators function. So that's why I say it ticks all the boxes of it being a predator movie because it plays by the predator's rules.
Oh, are you saying that as are you talking more as like is this like a Predator
Yeah, like
movie?
like
Like,
lore wise. You know
oh,
what I
okay, okay,
mean?
okay, okay, okay.
And I mean,
Yeah.
even filmmaking wise, like it's got to be an alien. Humans are trying to take this alien down. There's technology that the alien uses. This that's the stuff that makes predators and predator movies.
Like I said, I'm not like familiarized with like the like whole kind of lore and things that
Yeah,
are going on. What makes it a Predator movie? I was kind
yeah.
of
So let me tell you this. So in 2010, the movie called Predators came out, and it starred Adrian Brody and a few other people. Lawrence Fishburne was in the movie. Mahershala Ali as well. And this movie basically was a predator movie, of course, but instead of predators being on Earth, humans were put on the predator's planet. So it's a totally different concept at this point. It's like anything
sounds
can happen.
interesting.
So what they did is they took like one of the most dangerous soldiers in the army, one of the most dangerous soldiers in the Air Force or SEAL team, one of the most dangerous African pirates, cartel leaders, yakuza guys. You know what I mean? Prisoner, and then there was this one mystery guy who was played by Topher Grace, which is kind of hilarious. But they took like the most dangerous humans on Earth, put them on this planet with these dangerous predator aliens to see how they would fare. So it was all still a game at the end of the day. This movie had different types of predators, which I thought was really cool. And it kind of showed you the dynamic of how they look at each other. Predators look at each other as prey. You'll have a larger predator that will hunt the smaller predators, basically. If the smaller predators don't fall in line,
It's a hierarchy.
basically. And it's just like with regular predators and humans. Predators will hunt humans because They're bigger, better, stronger, powerful, faster, all this good stuff. You know what I mean?
So it's in
So
the name of the game.
yeah, and that's what makes a Predator movie a Predator movie. They play by these rules. They just don't go down and attack everybody. They'll stay out in the trees, pick somebody off, take them out, keep it moving. You know what I mean? And this movie did a good job of doing that.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I me growing up with the original face of the Predator, like the actual design of it from the older movies,
Hmm.
I wasn't really a fan of the way this one looked and its
Mm.
alien, you know, face mask thing. Wasn't really a big fan. I did like the bone structure helmet that he had, but yeah, the actual face I wasn't really a big fan of. I wasn't a big fan of the kind of blue tinted blood this time around because in older Predator movies, the blood was green tinted. It was like glow in the dark green. Um, there was a plot, well, not really a plot hole, but something happens in this movie that really made me question why. And it was towards the end where they were fighting, and she takes the mask and sets it between some rocks, right?
Hmm.
And the mask kind of operates without a wearer. And in Predator movies, the mask always operates because of the wearer. Whoever's wearing the mask can control, you know, the arm cannon, the spears in this movie, whatever. It just didn't make a lot of sense how this thing was able to do that without being worn. So that was like one loophole that I found in this movie.
Yeah.
But other than that, I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the movie for what it was. Not the best thing I've seen this year. But I think I think the only thing that could have made this movie better
Oh
is
my
is if
god.
I think the only thing that could have made this movie better is if it would have come out in theaters. I feel like the fact that it came out on Hulu and I had to watch it on my TV or on the someone's TV that I was watching it on, just kind of dampened the experience a little bit. You know what I mean?
Really?
Like, I feel like it
Mm.
would have been a little bit better if it was on a big screen in front of my face with big surround sound. You know what I mean? The whole nine.
Yeah.
I feel like I could have been a little bit more immersed rather than sitting on a couch and making sure that the person I was watching it wasn't scared, basically.
I gotta say, man, I really enjoyed this movie. I really liked it.
Mhm.
I thought like I said, I'm not familiarized with the whole Predator kind of lore and stuff like that, but I
Yeah,
really enjoy like Naru's like kind of whole character development through the whole
yeah.
entire like movie. I thought the actor as well, not forgive me for not knowing her
Amber
name.
Midthunder.
She did an
Yeah, she was great.
amazing. She's gonna be working.
Have you
She's working.
seen Have you seen Legion?
Legion,
Yeah, she's also in that, so I'd recommend checking that out too.
she's a beast.
Yeah,
Like I'm talking about acting.
yeah, she
So
did a phenomenal job.
I really enjoy this concept. I really enjoy the like um like the entire kind of story and what
Hmm.
happened, shit like that. Like, for her to be
It,
like
it it all made sense.
is the underdog story.
Hmm.
And that's amazing. I felt like some of the things that they did in this movie were some things were kind of crazy, you know what I mean? Like a little
Like what?
dramatic, but
Like talking about with the French people,
yeah, that was
like
kind of
that whole
crazy,
part.
right?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was a little nutty. I liked it though, because I didn't see that coming either.
It was crazy, but it is what it was. And
And it also gave more backstory. You know the gun that they used in the movie, like the old French Revolution gun that they had.
yeah.
So that gun was in Predator 2 at the end, and it was given to Donald Glover's character, I believe.
Yeah.
And when I watched that movie years ago, I'm like, what the frick does this have to do with anything? But this movie was the reason why he got that gun. It kind of showed because in the movie, like you're thinking, futuristic alien predators coming back to Earth to kill people. That's basically what Predator 2 was. But seeing him get that gun, I'm like, okay, what does this mean? And then watching this movie, I'm like, oh, so this means that not only will the predators be a threat in the future, but they were a threat in the past.
Hmm.
And that's literally what the series showed us.
Yeah. It was pretty good, man. Like, what did you think about Naru?
I feel like she was a great character. I feel like seeing her, do what she did at the beginning, kind of be told that women do this, women don't do this. And her saying, you know what? Nah, I'm gonna do what I do. I'm gonna go and get my axe and tie it to some what was it, the tree stuff so she can be Scorpion and sling it around and stuff. Like that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
I feel like the uh the dog was good too, you
Mm,
know. So yeah, I really enjoyed her character. I enjoyed, what she went through as a character from beginning to end, her development from being, kind of scared and worried to her actually, conquering her fear and the fear of many others at the same time.
yeah.
I enjoyed her whole family aspect,
Mm,
with her brother and their relationship as well, and how she basically knew that she had to do what she had to do at the end of the day.
bro, and she
Because
got
if
it
if
done.
she if it because if it was literally left up to her. If she couldn't complete her mission, then everybody else would be screwed basically.
Yeah, bro.
So she kind of had, of course, the protagonistic energy, but she kind of had to.
For sure. And it made for an amazing movie.
Right.
The action was amazing.
Yeah.
The fight scenes were amazing.
And to be
Like,
honest, like going into it, I didn't have high expectations.
me neither.
And that's basically because of how the 2018 Predator movie went. I really disliked it. I,
Really.
I, I I would not recommend anybody watch that movie, to be honest with you.
It was that bad.
It wasn't that bad, but it was really bad.
Damn.
Like it had good characters in it that could have been greater if they had actual development, but everybody was just like a caricature of what somebody else would be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like they just moved from one place to another with little explanation, and things just happen, and people die.
Shit.
Like I kid you not it's not really a spoiler, but this guy who's like the head of this science lab place gets predator gear from a predator that dies basically, and he
Hmm.
acquires like the shoulder cannon, right? So he like rigs the shoulder cannon, he like puts it on, and he has this thing like put on his head so he can like because you control it with your mind. So for some reason, it's like there's like all this stuff happening. The predator's shooting people. The one of the main characters, she's like, "Hey, you need to shoot that thing." He turns his head to the left, I think, and the cannon moves with his head, and he accidentally blows his own head off, and nobody cares. Like it
Oh my
happens,
God.
you see his body drop, and it's like on to the next thing. Nobody's like, "Dang, what happened to him?" Nobody
Yeah.
does it. It was the weirdest thing, and I guess because the movie did have a lot of reshoots, so I'm guessing that's why that happened.
Hmm.
It was just the strangest thing, and it didn't help the movie at all, of course. But yeah, 2018 Predator. I think that one was actually called The Predator. It's a terrible movie. Plus, they
It's a terrible movie.
they make autism a superpower, and even people and journalists with autism were like, "Yeah, this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen."
Oh my
It's it's,
God.
it's absolutely bonkers, man. It's bonkers. Check it
Well,
out
I'm
if you want
glad.
to. If you just want to watch something stupid, check it out.
Well, I'm glad this movie did amazing, and
Yeah,
especially for it coming on Hulu. Hulu,
yeah,
that's Hulu's been. I mean, especially with FX and things like that. Like
yeah.
Hulu's been doing.
Hulu's really been a big dog recently.
Yeah, like
Hulu has had better
shout out to
content
them.
than Netflix recently.
Well, I mean, if we look at Sandman, you know what I
I
mean.
still gotta watch Sandman.
One of the biggest shows in the summer.
Yeah, I still gotta check it out.
Gotta check that out, dude. It's good.
Yeah, I definitely watch that. But Prey gets a 7 out of 10 for me.
Really, I give that movie an 8.
It's a 7.
It's
No,
it's
I
a
was just
it's
playing.
a strong 8.
Strong 8.
Yeah, it was good. I mean,
Uh,
I really enjoyed Naru's character. I really enjoyed like the Predator. I really enjoyed the combat scene. I really enjoyed like just the whole entire story.
so you enjoyed that slow combat?
It was slow. It was kind
Yes.
of Mortal Kombat-ish. I like that. It was
It
kind of like
was it was slow, bro. Like here's the
what?
thing, bro. You played Mortal Kombat X, right?
Yeah.
Did you play Predator at all?
Yes.
You see how fast that dude moves?
Yeah.
That's how Predator's supposed to move. He's supposed to be jumping through trees, throwing things at people. He's supposed to be doing the whole nine. In this movie, he jumped from like two or three trees.
It was dynamic.
I don't think the Predator was feral enough. He wasn't animalistic enough. You know what I
Mm,
mean? He wasn't hungry enough, bro.
shit.
And that's what I was wanting from it. I was wanting like a feral predator that we've gotten in other movies.
Some crazy ass predator.
Yeah, like I was wanting to see something crazy. Granted, it's Hulu, but still, I feel like he just moved super slow. But
Yeah.
I did see that they used practical effects for some of the facial features that the Predator made. Like
Really?
yeah, I seen someone posted a video on Twitter of some BTS footage. There, the
Mhm.
mask was it was like basically an animatronic, and
Yeah.
that was what was making all the faces and stuff. But for some reason, they still went back and they made some of it CG, which is the stupidest thing in the world. Like if because I watched this movie and I could see the CG with the Predator, you know what I mean? So when I saw that, I'm like, man, why didn't they just make the whole thing a practical effect? Put somebody in a suit like they did in the older
Mhm.
movie, and then have the animatronic face going on. I feel like that would have been cool, but what can you do?
Shit.
What can you do? I don't know how much money that movie costed to make.
How much did it make?
I don't know how much it costed, like the budget.
Oh, let's see. We can look that up right now.
Hmm.
65.
So yeah, they had to cut some corners apparently. So yeah, I see why the
Really?
CG. Yeah,
It was still good.
it was good, but like I said, you could see the CG with the Predator, and
Yeah.
like I said, after seeing like the animatronic face, I'm like, yeah, that would have been the better option.
Yeah.
Especially when we get to see the monster's face for the first time, I was like, yeah, doesn't look fantastic,
Damn. So
but
7.
what can you do? Yeah, 7 out of 10 movie. Pray,
Okay.
praise
8.
a 7.
I like the 8.
I can't go that high.
Damn, that's
I
high.
can't. I can't go that. 8 is high.
Oh my God.
8, 9, and 10 is high. You said a 7 was high earlier. So which is it, bro?
Yeah, high. Oh, what did you give a 7 to that I said that to?
Bodies, bodies, bodies.
I said that was high for like for your standards, I think.
So you don't think that a 7 is high in this case? That's weird.
No, no, because this is
Because you think this is more my cup of tea? Is that what you're saying?
yeah,
It's a 7, bro.
it's a 7.
It's a 7.
That's
I
good.
I,
I
I
mean, it's
would have
not
loved to have my expectations shattered, but that wasn't really the case. You know.
yeah. No, I get
Well,
it.
I feel like I feel like they were exceeded, of course, but not shattered.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a bad review. It's not like, you know what I mean?
No, it's a fantastic review for a 7 out
Yeah.
of 10 movie.
Yeah. No, I agree with you.
Yeah, I'm just keeping it real on the downtrap. You know what I mean?
for real. It's cool
Obvious.
though.
Yeah, man.
Hell
But
yeah.
what you trying to get into, bro?
Whatever, bro.
Can we get into mogul talk?
More we can get into
You
mobile
want to get
talk.
back to our conversation about Mr. Curtis Jackson?
Dude, that shit is insane, bro. This 50 Cent is definitely one of the goats
Mm-hmm.
as far as it comes to making money.
I think it's kind of crazy how he like put out an album and then put out a movie about his life and that album, and nobody was like, "Yeah, this is crazy." Everybody was like, "Yeah, we rock with this."
Yeah.
Like, put out the album, put out another album, put out the movie, then put out a video game, then a couple years later, put out another album. Like, that's a crazy run once you think about it. Like, no rapper today is putting out their debut album, releasing another album like a year or two later that's a banger, and then putting out a movie about their life and a video game. Nobody's doing that.
He's definitely ahead of his time.
Nobody has vitamin water.
No, no
You
one
know,
no one had vitamin water.
that man is the reason why Stars has subscribers to this day.
What did he create again?
Power.
Is and
Well, he was a big
Power?
part of
Yeah,
Power. Yeah, he didn't
yeah,
create it, but like the fact that he took Stars, which is already a well-known, channel, and just
uh-huh.
kind of took it way further than it could have gone without Power.
Yeah. He's just a
It's kind of
great.
crazy.
50 is definitely a creative
He's probably
genius.
one of the greatest salesmen in the world.
You think so?
I know so.
Shit.
If he came out with a cereal, people would buy it. And that's even like
Yeah,
today,
probably.
even after like his after his prime. If he came out today and said, "Yeah, I got this new cereal called 50 Cent O's, it's raspberry flavored," people would go buy it.
Yeah.
He's up there with Snoop Dogg when it comes to being a good salesman.
Snoop Dogg.
Because Snoop Dogg is one of the greatest salesmen alive as well.
He just attaches his name and then people just kind of like
They
gravitate,
grab
right?
exactly. That's what being a salesman is. That's what being a good salesman is anyway. Like
See,
saying,
that's the
"Hey,
goal.
I have this thing. I'm attached to this thing.
Uh-huh.
I'm a cool dude. Your nephew wants to be like me. You'll buy this."
Yeah.
Think about how many people. I don't know if you remember when True Crime Streets of LA came out. Think about how many people bought that game to put in the cheat code to play a Snoop Dogg for an hour.
A lot.
That's crazy.
Shit, dude. That is crazy, man.
That man
Like,
Snoop put out a horror movie that was also a black exploitation film in 2001. That is crazy power, bro.
oh my God, dude. Snoop is definitely like he's definitely like a mogul, as you were saying.
Yeah,
That's mogul
100%.
talk. Shout
100%.
out to Ludwig.
Oh Lord.
Shout out Ludwig, bro. You know I have my Twitch oh well, he's not on Twitch anymore, but like my
Yeah,
my
your
streamer
creators.
appreciation.
Yeah.
I love them, bro. Like,
Hey, let's talk about that real quick. And YouTube as well. But did you see the other
okay.
day when Corey Kenshin uploaded a video talking about YouTube's racism and possibly favoritism that they have in play?
Wow, no.
So
What was he saying?
so you know the game, the Mortuary Assistant?
Mortuary assistant.
Yeah,
No.
it's a new PC game that everybody's playing. So he played it and he beat it in this video. And not too long after he uploaded it, it got age restricted. So he's like,
Really?
yeah. So he reached out to his YouTube rep and he was like, "Hey, this got age restricted. Can you tell me why?" And his YouTube rep was like, "Oh yeah, it might be this part right here that has something to do with suicide." And he's like, "Okay, that's cool. I'm gonna appeal it." YouTube denies his appeal. So he goes, "Okay, that's weird." So he goes to YouTube. He goes to Markiplier's channel. Markiplier had the same ending that he had. So he goes back to his YouTube rep and he's like, "Hey, Markiplier had this too. Is it what can happen at this point?" So his YouTube rep's like, "Oh crap, you're right. Let me get with the YouTube I forgot what they call it, the policy team or whatever. So let me get with them
Mm-hmm.
and see what they say." They they took the age restriction off this man's video and then immediately after put it back. So then he goes back to Markiplier's video and Markiplier's video is age restricted. So now a bunch of other creators' videos are being age restricted because of this. So he's like, "Look, I don't know if it's racism or favoritism, but YouTube, let's just have a conversation so we can talk about what's happening here. I don't know if it's the automation system. I don't know if it's actually somebody that's doing this and they're just racist or they're just playing favoritism, but what? Let's talk about it." And I don't think YouTube has said a word yet.
I think look, Mark Zuckerberg was on the Rogan podcast not too long ago, and he was talking about kind of how the system works on Facebook and
Yeah,
kind of how the AI watches people. As far as like kind of the guidelines that they have an AI system for that.
yeah,
And I think that also YouTube might, or even Google, right? Because they're owned by Google.
yeah.
I think
It's all Google.
I think Google even may have their own type of AI system to kind of
So
make sure.
you don't think that they have like a team of human beings that are able to check this stuff
I
out?
I think that at first if you're asking me, I don't know, but I think at first it's not a team. It's probably just an AI system that's like
So
kind
you
of
don't think that there's like, of course, there's an AI system. That's how, that's like
yeah.
the first line of defense. That's why when something gets, age restricted or de demonetized and they can appeal it,
Hmm.
normally there's the human team that says, "Oh yeah, this is just whatever, we'll allow it."
Yeah.
Same with like copyrights. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
I just think it's just so weird how it's been working so far with YouTube anyway. So I'm actually
It's
interested to
weird though.
see. I'm really interested to see if YouTube or Susan at YouTube is like, hey, Corey, let's have a discussion about it. Let's talk about what happened. I just want them to explain themselves. You know what I mean?
Explain also you fall into the theory that it is like racism and it is like
No, it's not even that. Just explain what's happening. Everybody else is putting out the same video with the same thing in it. This black guy does it, and he gets age restricted after spending like 6 to 9 months off the platform. And he even said it
mhm.
in his video. He's like, every time he comes back, there's either a new video that gets age restricted, or he gets a strike or a claim on a video from like 4 or 5 years ago. So he's just confused as to why this just keeps happening. And I just want someone at YouTube to say, okay, this is what's happening, to explain to us that don't know what's happening. Let us know how
Yeah.
things work with YouTube. And same with Twitch. Like I don't know if you saw that. Well, of course you know about the whole Gideon situation, right?
Yeah.
Where he hate rated a Pokemon's channel.
Hmm.
So recently, very recently, there was a chick doing some nasty things on Twitch. She got caught and she got banned for 3 days. And it was some pretty nasty stuff. She got banned for 3 days.
Yeah.
So people were
7.
like, huh? No, at first it was 3.
Okay.
Yeah. Then it was 7. And then they saw that and they're like, okay, yeah, this is crazy. So let's look up and dig up some dirt. Went to her Twitter, found out that she basically was trying to cause harm to someone at Twitch, and Twitch permabanned her. She wrote an
Hmm.
apology, and then Twitch was like, okay, we'll let you back in 22 days. So it's like she can do all of that, but Gideon is still permabanned. Dr. Disrespect is still permabanned.
Yeah,
So he's basically saying that he's confused because he thinks that there's like a TOS for guys and a TOS for the ladies.
I think Twitch is kind of weird because it is a different entity from like YouTube or like Facebook, and I feel that sometimes there is kind of a biasism from kind of who are being like the monitors between like what is right and what is wrong.
Right.
As much as
But
each platform does,
but
like
but here's the thing too. Like if that's the case, then they should just come out and be able to acknowledge it. Just come out and say, yeah, we are a little bit sexist, or we
I
do cater
think
to this, we cater to that.
yeah, I think it's weird. Maybe some because of some weird legal issues or whatever. Like
Yeah, but even that,
um
like, it's just like the way these companies are structured. People make their livings off of these
mhm.
platforms. People make livings off of Twitch. People make livings off of YouTube. If you just cut them out, that's basically just like firing them. Then, especially if you don't tell them what they're being fired for, they're gonna have questions. And they're gonna want answers.
Here's the problem, man, is that we're coming from the perspective of the creator, but then like
Of course.
you have the perspective from like kind of the organization, which is Amazon or whatever it is. Like you have these people
Yeah.
who are working
And
for
and
the
that
company.
can't be ignored because like we I mean a lot of us may be corrupt, but like I said, people make their livings off of this. These
Yeah.
systems aren't really squeaky clean. We know that. So people just want a little bit of honesty. I think that's the biggest thing here.
Hmm.
They want a little bit of honesty. They want to be told up front how it is, so they know what to avoid, what to do, and what not to do. Because it's still not clear yet. You know.
Yeah, and it's weird, man, because all these platforms are like so different from each other, and
And at the same time, they're the same.
Yeah, they have yeah, the same issues. I think
They have the
it's
same
just kind of.
values, which is, dollar bill.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
That's
capitalism.
yeah, that's what they make most of their movies on. So yeah, I just wanted to bring that up real quick and talk about see what you pick your brain a little bit on that.
Yeah,
Like I get what you're saying. Think of it as we do, as people that use these platforms, but also thinking as the corporation, which isn't really possible. I can't
yeah,
really think like a robot. I can't come up with some zeros and ones and tell you what I think about something. But yeah, I think that the people behind the scenes should be saying something about this. You know what I mean?
yeah. It's just
Like,
when when you have someone above you, you know what I mean? Like it's just unfortunate.
yeah,
'Cause you have the
absolutely,
possibility of getting fired.
absolutely. But yeah, we got what 3 minutes left. So yeah, I think that's gonna just about do it for this episode of the Dom Trap. Lex, bro, it's been a pleasure having you here.
No, man, it's been a
An
pleasure being
absolute
here.
pleasure having you here. I told
It's
you we
been
were
a
gonna do it
pleasure.
soon.
Hell yeah,
I
dude.
told you.
Hell yeah.
Go ahead and tell the people where to find you.
You can find me at Lex TV anywhere: TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. I still need to change it on Twitch, but you can find the links on any of those other platforms. And
Absolutely.
I'm grateful to be here with Dominites.
Oh
And
God, the Dominites. Damo and the Dominites is crazy.
and Bullet Train is not a 9,
Bullet Train is a 9.
but go watch it.
Go check
You
it
know.
out.
And I appreciate you having me, man.
Oh man, you're welcome anytime, bro. We gotta have you back soon because we got a lot more to talk about, bro.
We do, we do, we
A
do,
lot more to talk about.
we do.
But yeah, I appreciate that. And I appreciate all y'all for listening, and coming by and checking out the episode. And if you're coming by the Twitch streams, I appreciate that as well.
Mhm.
But yeah, yeah, I'm just
Yeah,
grateful.
that's good.
I'm grateful to still be,
It's
to be
fun.
back doing this stuff, I have a
Yeah.
lot of fun doing this stuff. Yeah,
Glad to see you back, bro.
yeah, man.
The Burgundy
Glad to
boys.
see you back too. Yeah, the Burgundy boys, the B boys,
Yeah.
and my B boy stance. But with that being said, it has been I, your host, your creator, your editor, producer, executive producer, your DJ, and last but not least, your first, your last, and your everything. I go by the name of Dominique. This has been the Dom Trap. What was that?
Dom Trap.
You like that? You like that a
Yeah,
little
I
bit?
like the vocals there.
Yeah.
Oh my
But
God.
I appreciate y'all for coming by, and we'll catch y'all next time on the Dom Trap. You be easy. Make sure your family's well, staying safe, trying not to get sick in this sick world that we're living in.
Tell me about it.
All right. See y'all next time. Peace.
Peace.